What's up? It's your girl, Charmaine Johnson Fuller, life strategist with The Charm Life. And today I'm sharing why you can't get where you can't even get to where you're going because you don't even know where you are. And I talk a lot about clarity and knowing where you are and knowing that starting point. That is so important. So you can even know if the journey you're planning is even in alignment with where you are. Having that clarity is one of the biggest pieces that I often find when I work with moms is a lot of times the things that they say they want aren't even in alignment with where they are. So here's what I mean. I want my child to um, be reading at fourth grade level by the end of the school year, or I want to have $10,000 in my savings account by the end of 2020. And albeit that those are great goals, there is a part in goal setting that states that the goal needs to be realistic. And so, what the realistic part means is not can you achieve it? Of course, you can achieve it. Based on the law of gender, there is a time period, a gestational period that it takes for a goal to manifest. And saying that you either want your child to read at a fourth grade level or that you want 10K in your savings account, albeit they are possible goals, everything is infinitely possible. How possible is it for you to reach those goals by the end of the year based on where you are now? And so, one of the biggest things that I do with my clients is I ask them, where are these life areas at now? And sometimes they're like, well, I just want to get into what I want or what the problem is. And oftentimes you can't get into what the flipping problem is because you're not even clear on where it is that you are. And that is the most important part of you starting the journey of getting your life or knowing what it is that you want or where you want to go. So how do you get clear about where it is that you are so that you can create goals that support the growth of those life areas in a way that doesn't overwhelm you, that doesn't stress you out? Because sometimes we'll set these goals. I want 10K in my savings account by the end of the year, and you have $5 in there. And it's now September going on October, and you're still at the same job. And there is, like, in this holy instant, no possibility for anything else to happen. I'm not saying that you can't win the lottery. I'm not saying that you can't get a raise. What I am saying is that the realistic piece of it, like I said, is looking at where you are now in relation to where you're trying to get to and setting those stepping stones. Those stepping stones can also be considered to be quantum leaps, because even if you say, okay, I want my ultimate goal is 10K, but what is something that I know, not that I know that I could do, but will scare me, but not petrify me, that can be done by the end of the year? Okay, based on what I'm doing now, all right, 3K. By the end of this year, I can have 3K in my savings. And where you can begin to see where you can make those changes or some things that you can start doing to make those shifts. Yes, that still does make it a viable goal. A lot of the times we set up these goals that become so overwhelming and so stressful because the pathway to get there is so big. And this is not to say not to set big goals, but you have to learn how to chunk it down and split it up so that it becomes workable for you. Don't set a goal so big for yourself that it's not workable, because if it's not workable, then it becomes delusional, and then you don't work toward it and you say forget it until like December 15th, and you go, oh shit, yeah, I had that goal for 2020 to have 10K, and you do this mad dash to try to get this goal set up when all you had to do was break it down. Tony Robbins has this saying, we often overestimate what we can do in a month. We overestimate what we can do in a month, but underestimate what we can do in a year. So that means that we are often kind of hugely future casting. Okay, I can hit this big 10K goal in 3 months versus going, you know what? If I broke it up and made it more bite size, then not only would I stay engaged with it, but I won't get overwhelmed by it, and I'll still reach it. Sometimes we have these goals that are so big and we try to reach them so quickly that it stresses us out. And again, it's not to say that you won't be able to reach the goal. It's not saying that you'll never reach it. It's just saying create some bite-sized chunks. As you begin to create the momentum, of course, you'll be able to go faster. But when you're just starting out with the goal, the main key is the momentum. of it and to create the momentum so you can begin to move faster. So I work through this practice with my clients, and we get clear on those life areas because that's so important when you're thinking about setting growth goals for your life. And I work with 5 major life areas. So that's family and friend relationships, love relationships, money, career, business, and health and wellness. And of course, there are different subsets within each one of these categories that you would touch on. But we start off with those 5 things. And I always ask, on a scale of 1 to 10, where are you in your love relationships? Be that with your marriage, your boyfriend, girlfriend, or yourself. Where are you on a scale of 1 to 10 with your family and friends? How does that look? You know, are you spending time with them? Are you consciously connecting to these people? Do you feel like do you feel like there is support and connection there? And your money, on a scale of 1 to 10, where are you? Are your accounts in balance? Are you having consistent overdrafts, or are you bringing in money consistently? Do you think you need to maybe look for another piece of employment? On a scale of 1 to 10 of where you want that life area to be and where it is now, what is that number for your life? Same thing with career and business, same thing with health and wellness, spiritual, mental, physical health and wellness. Where are you at? And really take an honest assessment, the good, the bad, the ugly of it. Don't sugarcoat it and say, well, I'm working on, or I'm moving toward, or, you know, because of what I'm doing now, I'm kind of like, you know, right now it looks like a 5, but in what I'm working on, it'll be a 7 by the end of the month. No, if it's a 5 right now, put down 5. And then ask yourself, what would a 6 look like? I have my clients work in 90-day sprints. So versus like if you want the 10, which is the 10K, everything paid on time in full, all that good stuff, that's a great 10 goal. But right now you're at a 5. So what will a 6 look like? And to begin to build that momentum so that you're seeing win on top of win on top of win. Then when you get to the 5 or 6K, you can go, yeah, by this point, I've adjusted things to where I can jump from 5K to 10K in 90 days because of the systems I have set up, because of the things that I have going on, because the universe sees me working consistently toward this goal, toward this big goal that I have. So starting at that point of knowing where you are is vital to your success. And your success meaning creating a growth goal that is in alignment with your life, and not necessarily creating a growth goal that's going to add additional stress, pain, and trauma, because now this is one more goal you haven't reached. Now this is one more thing that you haven't done or that you can't do because you keep not reaching goals. Sometimes it might be that you keep not reaching goals because you're setting goals that are out of alignment with where you are. And you keep setting goals that are out of alignment with where you are because you don't know where you are. So I invite you this weekend to take out a notebook or a planner or a piece of paper, whatever, and write down those 5 life areas and ask yourself, where am I in these life areas? And then ask yourself, in 90 days, where do I want to be? And start taking bite-sized chunks. I get it. There's a lot of coaches and venues out there that are like, go for the big goal. But as a mom, with all the multiple roles that we have, I want to invite you to take the road less traveled and take some bite-sized chunks until you can get some wins under your belt. And then you can go for the gusto. I really want to invite you to try this. If you want more detail about this particular method, it will be given in my Get Your Life Masterclass, which is happening on September 29th at 7 p.m. Eastern Standard and September 30th at 2 p.m. Eastern Standard. Take one, take them both. Doesn't matter. But take one of them, and I'm going to show you how to chunk it down and put it into bite-sized pieces that are going to integrate with your life and not intrude on your life and give you just more shit to do that's going to stress you out and overwhelm you, because we already have enough stuff. We really do. As moms, we already have enough stuff that we're dealing with, and especially if you're a mom of a superhero, you already have enough stuff that you are dealing with. So this masterclass is not designed to add an extra layer of stuff that you have to do. It's designed to teach you how to chunk it down so that you can take many consistent action to get the results that you desire in your life. So if this was helpful, like, comment, share. If it wasn't and you like, girl, what the is you talking about? Put that in the bottom. I'll be happy to clarify for you. To join the masterclass, you're going to go to thecharmedlife.live/masterclass to grab your free seat. It is a free masterclass, by the way. But it is definitely a masterclass in helping you to create the life that you desire without the overwhelm, without the stress, and to help you to get things done in a way that supports you. And again, not stress you out or just feel like more stuff to do. This is the masterclass that you need. I guarantee you, you're going to love it. The workbook is going to help take you through all those steps. And it's going to be a way for you to begin to put all the pieces together and to remove some of that overwhelm from your life. So until next time, remember, love yourself, love your family, love your business, and I will talk to you later.